Good morning students. Today we are going to study about our third lessons, humidity and clouds. Now dear students, look at these three pictures. Discuss the weather conditions shown in the pictures in the class and write the description in the boxes below. These three pictures are shown in three different seasons. Now see, generally we keep talking about the weather condition. We can identify the weather conditions through the conversation above. We experience that dampness or dryness in the air throughout the year. The changes occurring in the weather condition in desert area, coastal areas and mountainous area is evident from the figure. For an example, Rajasthan lie in the region with dry and hot air. There is hardly any moisture in the air. People wear loose cotton clothes. Another one, Kashmir Valley lie in a region with cold and dry air. Moisture is minimal in the air. People cover themselves with the warm clothes. In Mumbai, the air is hot and humid. There the proportion of moisture is very high in the air. In addition, if dark clouds cover the sky, the content of moisture in the air increases. Now this is the example of three different regions. In the above discussion, the words hot, moist, cold, etc. show the condition of the air. They relate to the content on the moisture in the air. Moisture in the air is visible, but it is the major component of the air which is taken into consideration while discussing the weather of the any place. For perception or to the air in any place, presence of moisture in the air is very important. Now, what is the evaporation? Evaporation is the process of covering water into the steam or water vapor. Because of the sun's heat, the water on the earth gets converted into water vapors. The process of evaporation is dependent on the dryness, temperature and the speed of the wind. If the air is dry and hot, the rate of evaporation increases. The process of evaporation continues even in dry and cold air. On the other hand, evaporation occurs very slowly in the moist air. If the velocity and the temperature of the air is high, then evaporation occurs rapidly. If the wind is blowing slowly and the air is cooler, the evaporation occurs slowly. Now, humidity in the air. The proportion of water vapor in the air is called its humidity. The dryness or dampness of the air depends on the proportion of the water vapors. Air can hold a moisture in the specific quantity at a specific temperature only. As air cools down, its moisture holding capacity reduces. This implies that warmer airs can hold more moisture than cold air. At a certain temperature, the moisture holding capacity of the air becomes equal to the proportion of moisture present in it. This condition of the air is called saturation of the air. Now see, let's suppose that the air is like the piece of the sponge. How many spoons of water does the sponge absorb? After sponge is full of water, drops of water start trickling out. One can tell the number of spoons of water required to make the water trickle down the sponge by observation. It implies that the water holding capacity of the sponge is fulfilled. This makes it saturated. Similarly, when the proportion of moisture in the air extends of vapor holding capacity, precipitation in the form of rain or snow occurs in the earth. Now see the absolute humidity. The amount of the water vapor in a 1 cum of air is called absolute humidity. For example, the absolute humidity of the air near coastal area is higher than air in the interior. Absolute humidity is higher in the equatorial areas, while it is reduced as we move towards the pole. The distribution of the land and water on the earth and the season also affect absolute humidity. Now, what is the relative humidity? The amount of water vapor present in the air can be expressed as a percentage of the amount needed for saturation at the same temperature and the same volume. It is expressed in percentage. So relative humidity means RES is percentage is equal to absolute humidity divided by vapor holding capacity into 100. So this is some formula to express the percentage. Now the amount of the water vapor changes according to difference in the temperature. Similarly, relative humidity also changes. Generally, relative humidity is more in the morning and nights. In the afternoon, as the temperature increases, relative humidity decreases. Near coastal area, the relative humidity is more and so the air is moist. In desert area, relative humidity is less. Now see, condensations or densifications. The process of changing of water vapor in the air into water is called condensation or desalination. Also, the process of vapor gases changing into solid state is called sublimation. If the temperature of the air reduces, its vapor holding capacity also reduces. When relative humidity of the air becomes 100%, vapor start condensing. At this time, the temperature of the air should be at a dew point. It implies that for condensation, temperature should be low and relative humidity must be high. In the free environment, condensation of the vapor in the air occurs around fine particles. Dew, frost and fog are the form of condensation at ground level, while clouds are the form of condensation at higher elevations. Now, clouds and types of clouds. Now we will see the next video.